Welcome to the NAMM show, where we are presenting here for the first time our CopperLan technology. This is also now that we have the commercial version available and ready for the manufacturers to start making their product. So let's see what we can do with CopperLan. Here we have a full set of CopperLan applications, both into computers and into embedded hardware. We have Mac, PC, iOS, and our new development board, which is based on an Arduino platform, and which allows manufacturers to try very quickly and evaluate the capabilities of CopperLan. CopperLan is a networking technology which encompasses Ethernet, FireWire, USB, fuse them all as one. It's a zero configuration system with which it just suffices to connect anything to connect to anything else, very simply. So once your CopperLan package is installed into any of your computers, there will be no more drivers, CDs or download to do for the whole thing to work. This is the CopperLan Manager, a free download application which allows you to see what's connected as we see it currently, which allows you to establish connections where you see for a given device where it goes, what it does, and so on, very simply. And then we have the editor, which here allows you to enter into a product and see what's inside. What's interesting to notice here is that the products are themselves exposing their parameters. So there's no need, again, to have some library to explain what they contain. In this zoom out view, you can see the full list of parameters in just one of the branches of the product. In this case, we are watching inside the MS812, which is a converter CV gate hardware device, which is providing in real time to the manager the various settings it contains. CopperLan allows the synchronization of the editing, which in case I'm opening more than once the same window, I open the same product here, I go in the same window, I open the same section, and then as you could see, if I'm moving a slider in one of the windows, it will move in both automatically. It's replicated. This is part of what CopperLan offers. So the product designer does not have to worry of this kind of complexities. In this example here, we are using a commercial sequencer called numerology, which has the particularity to create evolving voltages, not only stepped. In this case, we plugged on top of it a CopperLan converter, and as you could see here, this CV7 is replicating the evolution along the curve. This data is sent through the network directly from this block to the converter here, and the converter receives that data in high resolution, something which is not possible with the current methods. How do I know that it works fine? Is that because here I have a small SPI application which connects to the target, and as you could see, the CV7 is flowing up and down according to the movement of the voltages generated by the sequencer. Note, by the way, how fast CopperLan is able to retrieve its network connection. After the power is stable, the device will find its own target in less than 1 second. Among others, one of the new applications we show here at the NAMM is a multi-touch editor, which allows you to change values to create your own panel control and to direct to any CopperLan equipment. The thing is totally compatible with CopperLan right now. It's called Gesture Spark, and it will be available commercially soon. So here I'm moving some settings of a synthesizer that we have on the network. This VEX plugin is a fully CopperLan compliant synthesizer that you can freely download. Another plugin that can be controlled by Gesture Spark is this XILS3 synthesizer from XILS Lab. It is a fully compliant CopperLan software that you can have right now also. On this side, we have demos related to developers, essentially with many small application boards. And it's worth to notice that in here, CopperLan is also connected through USB. Remember that CopperLan is a network at wide, so it's not only relying on Ethernet to be a network. In this case, real networking can be done with USB, as it can be done also with FireWire, as we've shown previously. So in this example, I'm moving this joystick, which is a proportional joystick, and it's acting on two settings here on this application. And we can see the joystick. I will make it clearer by moving here slightly. Okay, we can see that the joystick application is going into my MS812 emulator, which is that application we've just seen. So, as you would expect, as soon as I remove my USB connector, the joystick will disappear. It's now gone. What's more interesting is that look at where my settings were. I'm now reconnect the USB out from the PC into the Mac. And as soon as the USB is reconnected, the joystick appears, the joystick finds its connection back to its target, and I can continue editing from where I left without losing my session. Another application feature that CopperLan allows is that we all know of those low-cost devices which allow you to make selections like floor pedals and so on, and when there's no display, so we don't know exactly what we are acting on. In this case, with CopperLan, a simple knob allows you to ask another device to provide you a display. So let's say that we use this display, which normally is a clock generator. It might be a rack mount unit for effects or anything like that. As soon as I press my request for share display, I'm asked to share display, and on the requesting device, it's now blinking to say the request is open. Note that this request is also visible on two computers. Every computer which is compliant to offer a share display makes the same offer to share the display with the requesting device. Let's say that for this example, I will accept on the small embedded hardware. So I validate it here. And now I read the name of my preset. And if I press the various presets, we can see the name changing on the display. Note that I can also change the settings from the display side. If I go up and down, not only I see the name changing, but the buttons and the LEDs will follow on the requester side. As soon as my session is over, I can get over of it, else by pressing on the display side, or else by pressing on the requester side. Let's say I press here, and as soon as I pressed, you can see that it's all gone back to its normal business. So here I'm back into my clock generator. Similarly, if I do a display request from here and I accept it on computers, in this case, since I have more characters and the requester knows it, I can make the emulation of these curves we have seen previously that we have on the target. And when I'm done, I can just close the session. CopperLan has now also validated the format of DMX within its protocol, so that we have cross-compliance with any developers who want to do DMX in CopperLan. We have, of course, the same since a while for MIDI here. And the other applications that we have are, for example, for display, for this joystick you have seen, which may emulate any kind of controller sensor. And of course here, not only it's a music clock generator, but we have also a global system time. The upper line, as you see, gives us a precise evolution of time, which replicates throughout the network. So into every machine, we can see the time evolving all the same with high precision. This can be used for time stamping, for example. All the demos you have seen here are using off-the-shelf daughter boards you can find from various providers. The processor board is our own. It's called CopperDuino. It's containing two powerful 32-bit RISC processors. It's our own design, and you can find it on our CopperDuino web shop. All the example code that you see running here can be freely downloaded. You can evaluate, modify, and tweak them at will, and see how CopperLan works, and from then you can derive your own works. Even in case you have no CopperLan equipment at all, at this point you can still benefit from CopperLan. The CopperLan Manager application is a free download and into its connector section, it allows you to connect MIDI equipment that you already own. You may install it on one or more computers, and as you could see, I can enter into the MIDI here. For example, from this Mac, I'm entering the PC just next to me, and I can create a number of virtual MIDI ports, freely adjustable between 4 and 32, and for each of them, I can decide to send MIDI as a total complete cable, virtual cable, which encompasses the whole thing, or separately per channel, and for each channel then I can send them to another place, to another virtual MIDI, even into another channel, which means I can do channel remapping. I can do also merging freely any number of sources to a single destination or a single source to many destinations. This will make you a huge patch bay from all your equipment. Note also that it does not only deal with the virtual MIDI, but you can connect all of your existing MIDI interfaces through USB, FireWire, etc. The CopperLan Manager is available on the Mac, on Windows, on any version of Windows since XP32 to the most recent versions, and also for the iPad. We also have a specific application on the App Store for the iPhone, which allows you to do control directly from your phone. As you could see, we bring a number of sliders, and these relate to even different targets. In this case, in the middle, you see that evolving voltage that we've seen previously. Here it is simply replicated onto the phone here, and we can see the name of the target, which is written all detailed. The left slider is dedicated here to control one of the settings of this CopperLan synthesizer. And as you could see, when we move the settings, we have this sense knob which is moving along the slider. As for the third one, it is controlling a setting into this synthesizer. So I'm changing here the shape, and you can see also the value and the name of the target in clear. For hardware developers, so we have this solution here, which is based on a PIC32, and so they use a low-cost PIC3 programmer for microchip to do their application. And if you want to use a different microcontroller as the application microcontroller, we have another solution, which is this simple development board that contains the CopperLan building block, and next to it you attach your own micro, the micro of your choice, so that you can develop in your own environment.